All right, our very special guest, Hayley Verrall, is on our 615-612-3899 line, and hopefully we didn't get disconnected. Are you still there, Hayley?
I'm still here, Keith.
All right, let me first start off, make sure I've got this correct. Does the accent sound like Verrall, or does it supposed to sound like Verrall?
Verrall like a barrel.
Verrall?
Barrel like a barrel.
Okay, so the accent is on the first part of it, the Verrall. I want to make sure we got it right because I want to make sure all of our other disc jockeys are saying it correctly every time they play like you mean it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I saw in my research that you are responsible a couple of years ago or so for starting the Smiles Singing for Smiles.
Yes, I started a project in my third year of college called Singing for Smiles, where I go to a variety of communities such as nursing homes and retirement homes and sing classic country.
What in the world ever inspired you to do such a wonderful thing?
What really inspired me was when I went to my grandma's retirement home and she had suffered from a stroke that paralyzed the right side of her body and her throat. I knew music had started in her life, and she taught my dad how to sing, and I really wanted to celebrate the rest of her life with music. And what really inspired me was when I started singing and playing songs, all of a sudden it was like a miracle. She was smiling, she was trying to sing along, and then all of a sudden she started getting better. So that's when I knew music was my purpose in life, and that's what I wanted to continue to do.
You know, I don't know if you ever heard this story or not. It's supposedly true. This woman gave birth to a baby that the doctor said wasn't going to make it, and the baby was in an incubator. And the baby's little brother, I believe his name was Michael, started singing "You Are My Sunshine" to the baby in the incubator. And suddenly the baby started showing signs of improvement. To make a long story short, the mama kept saying, "Michael, keep singing, keep singing." And he kept singing "You Are My Sunshine." And to make a long story short, the baby made it.
That's amazing. I never heard that story before. I like that.
It's the power of music. That's all I can say. It's the universal language, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's why I continue to do it.
So why country music? You're a young lady. How come you're not into the rock thing or something else?
I grew up listening to country. My parents always took me to bluegrass and country music festivals, and it was just in my blood. And hearing it all the time, I just fell in love with the storytelling of it.
Yeah, that's the one part about country music that I admire also. Well, I like the melodies, and I like the Telecaster guitar and the twin fiddles, and especially the pedal steel, my favorite instrument. But I do have to admit that you're onto something when you say the stories, because if it's a true country song, it's not just a repeated line over and over and over, but more of a story.
Exactly.
So is that how you pattern your songs, after stories?
Yeah, so I try and write songs based on my own experiences and just trying to tell a story to get the listener just remembering and maybe visualizing it.
Well, you've already accomplished more than most people your age would ever dream of doing in business. You won several awards already. Tell us about that.
So I first met Dan when I was qualifying to compete in the North American Country Music Association in competition. So I was awarded the opportunity to go down to Pigeon Forge and compete in 2019. When I was in Pigeon Forge, I sang a few covers, but I sang Like You Mean It, and I won the Horizon Songwriter Award. And I also won 2 other awards, and that was Female Entertainer of the Year and Vocalist of the Year as well.
Well, congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment for your first time going down there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So where do you record these days?
So right now I am working with a producer named Dustin Bird. So I'm going to be recording a few singles with him, and the details about that are going to be released shortly, and I'll keep everybody updated on social media. But that's really what I'm doing right now. Do you want to know where I recorded Like You Mean It?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. I recorded Like You Mean It actually while I was down in Tennessee for the competition.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Dan Knight from Steam Whistle Records mentioned Johnny Dwinell and Daredevil Productions, so I contacted them and set up everything for the week while I'd be down there. So Johnny and Zach Allen and Lala Deaton, who sang the background vocals, were really awesome to work with, and I was able to go down there and just sing my heart out and work on Like You Mean It so I could have it released in July.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So what's coming up? I mean, I know that the music industry is at a standstill, and I keep asking my guests on the air what's coming up. And I know the answer. The answer is all the shows are canceled and everything else. But what are your plans for the very near future?
So currently, right now, I'm actually doing a lot of virtual shows and shows that are outside. So I'm still continuing to do Singing for Smile. So I'm going to retirement homes, but they're giving me the opportunity to sing outside and away from the building so that there are people that are living inside can open their balconies, can listen in. I'm also doing a lot of Zoom shows for retirement homes and communities. I've got a bunch of other shows coming up. One tonight on my Facebook Live, and I got a radio show with Dave Woods and my best friend Angelo Siracusa coming up.
Do you think we'll ever return to being able to perform in front of 40 or 50,000 people at once?
Eventually, but it's definitely going to take a lot of time. It's definitely not the best situation that we're in, but we got to make do with what we have.
Yeah, it's really, really devastating here in Nashville. I don't know how much of the news feed you receive up there in Canada where you live, but, you know, our honky-tonk district, what drives Music City, USA in the first place, is closed. You know that, right?
Yeah, I saw that on the news.
And anybody that doesn't know or doesn't admit 100% that the musicians are what drives Music City, USA, then they're very, very misinformed. And unfortunately, we have 5,000 musicians in the musicians union here in Nashville unemployed.
Yep.
And that's very substantial when you think of those kind of numbers.
Yeah, and those unemployments are going to continue well past when things start to open.
Oh, well.
Things aren't going to return back to normal right away. It's going to take a long time.
I know. Well, do you have anything you'd like to tell? Well, first of all, before we sign off, go ahead and give out all your websites and all that good stuff first.
Thank you. If you guys want to follow me on all social media platforms, it's Hayley Verrall Music. And you can also look me up on my website at www.hayleyverrallmusic.com. I also do have Spotify and music out on iTunes, Apple Music, all the music platforms out there. So if you guys want to check out my music, I've got new singles coming out hopefully this year. We'll keep pumping out the music. I also got other music you guys can listen to on there already. So please be sure to check it out and keep on playing it.
Okay, and do you have anything, any person or anyone that you would like to say something positive to before we go ahead and sign off?
Yes. I want to give Dan Knight from Steam Whistle Records a big thank you for giving me this opportunity. And Keith, I want to thank you as well for having a chat with me and letting me call in this morning. I want to thank everybody that I've been working with so far this year, Angelo Siracusa, my manager, everyone that I've been working with. I just love all the amazing support and all my fans out there. I really appreciate your support and everybody playing my music and supporting my passion and my talent. Thank you very much.
What did you say for that name, Syracusa?
Yeah, Angela Syracusa.
Angela?
Yeah.
From Niagara Falls?
Yeah, my best friend Angela.
I had Angela Syracusa on my TV show 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was the very first one I ever had on my TV show that came from Niagara Falls.
That's amazing.
That's where we went on our honeymoon. My wife and I went to Niagara Falls on our honeymoon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Angela Syracusa. She was doing a cooking show at that time.
I didn't know that. Wow. I met her a few years ago.
I don't know if she's still doing it, but at the time she was involved in some kind of a cooking show up there.
Oh, wow. I know she's focusing a lot on music right now.
Well,
and doing open mics and just helping a bunch of artists, which is why she's one of my best friends. Because she's helping so many people in the music industry.
Well, she was very, very nice to... if I can... Let me just think. Let me keep you on the phone here for a second. Didn't she have a song called Drawn to the Flame?
I think so.
And she had another one called Tell Me Again?
Yes.
I think that's the one she sang on my TV show, the one, Tell Me Again, if I'm not mistaken. That was 10 years ago. I can't remember. I'm 72 years old. I can't even remember my own name. Hayley, thank you for calling in, and don't be a stranger here to NBRN, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can't believe you know Angela.
We're going to go ahead and play your song right now.
Thank you so much.
Stay.
You say we're together, we will weather the storm. That doesn't make me feel better when you're not there to keep me warm. We've been together for years. Now something else is on your mind. How can that be true when you're home past midnight? You gotta love me like you mean it. You gotta show me this is real. I'm all torn up and broken down. I gotta open up to heal. Gotta love me like you mean it. You gotta show me that you care. Your words don't mean enough when you're never there to love me like you mean it. You say you're in this forever. You don't understand my pain. You think just words can make it better. You can't see my heart break. You gotta love me like you mean it. You gotta show me this is real. gotta love me like you mean it. You gotta show me this is real. I'm all torn up and broken down. This isn't how I should feel. Gotta love you like you mean it. You gotta love me like you mean it. You gotta love me like you mean it.
Young ladies going places. I'm a telling you right now, Hayley Verrall, like you mean it, and I do believe she is on her way to big and wonderful things involved